Hello students, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the online class. Welcome back to the online class. Today we will discuss one more concept, that is the integer representation. So in the last class or in the last video we have seen that, or we have started the second chapter, that is the processor organization. Okay, so I hope you clear the basic concept of that processor organizations. So next we will discuss how we are going to representation that by using in computer architectures. So that is the integer representation. So if you want to represent that integer representation, if you want to represent that one, so again it is divided into two types. First one is the unsigned integer, second one is the signed integer. Okay, so again this signed integer is divided into three types. First one is the sign and magnitude, second one is the ones complement, and third one is the twos complement. First one is the sign and magnitude, second one is the ones complement, and third one is the twos complement. Okay, so this is the chart which you are going to consider for what types of integer representation. Okay, so first main types are two. First one is the unsigned and second one is the signed. So signed is again divided into what? Three types: sign and magnitude, ones complement, and twos complement. So next we will discuss properties of signed and unsigned representation. So if you want to represent your integer, you have to follow the properties. So first property is only one bit pattern per value. So only you have to consider the one bit pattern per what? Per value you have to consider one bit pattern. Second one, equal number of positive and negative values. It may be positive or it may be negative values, so that should be equal. Third one is the maximum range of values. It should have maximum range. And last one is the no gaps in the range. So there is a no gap between what in that range. So these are the some properties which you have to consider, or you have to follow these signed and unsigned integer representations. So next we will move on to the unsigned integer. So what is that unsigned integer? So it is an integer without a sign. There is a no sign. Okay, so it is an integer without a sign. So its range is between 0 and positive infinity. There is some range, so that range should be what? 0 and positive. So there is a no negative sign here. So you have to only consider the sign for what? That positive. So that range should be between what? 0 and positive infinity. So first, again it is divided into what? Two bits of the pattern. So one is the 8 bit and the other one is the 16 bit in your memory location you have to represent. So that's why again you have to take the you have to make it two columns here, number of bits and range. So in number of bits, 8 bits is there, so there is a range 0 to 255, and if the number of bits is 16, there is a range 0 to 65,535. So that is the range of that memory locations. Okay, so you have to consider one example. By using this example we will discuss so how to represent your unsigned integer in your memory location. So first example, store 7 value in an 8-bit memory locations. Okay, so you have to take one 8-bit memory location. So taking one example is what? Your 7. So 7 is what? Your value. So solution. So first, what is the first step of this example? If you want to represent your unsigned integer, so first change the number of bit should be in binary. So whatever that 7 decimal number is there, so that should be you have to convert in the binary form. Okay, so that may be 0 or 1. So how we are going to convert that one? So conversion form should be what? 1 1 1. So that should be you have to represent in the form of what? Binary. So first step is what? Change the number of decimal into what? Binary representation. So that is the 1 1 1. So 7 is your decimal number and you have to convert into what? Your binary is what? 1 1 1. So how you are going to follow this one, we'll discuss later that one. Okay, so second step is what? You are having what? 8 bit. Okay, so already you are having what here? 3 bit. So that's why second step is what? Add 5 zeros to make total n of 8 bits. Means what? You have to add the number of zeros to what? 5, because you have to make it what? 8 bits. So that's why In the left side, you have to add it 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And your converted binary form is what? Your 111. So complete it is what? Your 8 bit. And then you have to store into memory location. So this is the final step of what? Store 7 in an 8 bit memory location. So what is the first step? So first change the number to binary. Means what? Decimal number 7 is converted into what? Binary form. So next add zeros to make to total of n number of 8 bits. So that's why you have to add 5 zeros. Okay, so then you have to store in the memory location. So how you're going to convert that 7? Again, you have to take the LCM pattern. So then because it is in binary form, you have to convert. That's why you have to do divided by 2. So next first step is what? 7. Okay, so 2 3s are 6. Again the remainder is what? 1. Again 2 1s are 2. Remainder is what? 1. Okay, so you have to start from what? Lower to higher. Okay, so that's why 1 1 1. So this is the memory location of what? This part. Okay, so finally memory location is what? 5 zeros you have to add, and then whatever you find out, that converted form in decimal into binary. Okay, so this is the example number 1. So by using only what? 8 bit. So next example number 2, store 258 in a 16 bit memory location. So there you have taken the 8 bit, here you have to consider the 16 bit memory location. So first step is what? You know already. First change the number of decimal 258 into binary form. So how you are going to convert that one? So again you have to take the LCM and you have to divide by what? 2. So whatever remainder is there, you have to make it. Okay, so first 2 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, remaining is what? Your 1 2 nines are 18. So remaining is what? Remainder is 0. Again same way you have to up to what you have to consider last step. So then you are getting one bottom to top side 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 means what? 1 2 3 4 5 6 zeros. Okay, so this is the your decimal conversion of what? 258 into binary form. So second step is what? Add 7 zeros to make total n of 16 bits, because I want to store my memory locations what? In 16 bits. So that's why you have to add the 7 zeros in the left side. So to add it 7 zeros, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So then you have to write your answer. So then you have to store in your memory locations. So this is the representation of unsigned integer by using 8 bit and 16 bit memory locations. Okay, so you have to follow 2 steps only. So this is a simple this is a simple representation of unsigned integer. So I hope you understand this one. So next one, we will move on to the one chart, examples of storing unsigned integer in two different computers. Okay, um, two different in computer or different in computer. One is the decimal, another one is the 8 bit allocation and 16 bit allocation. So already your decimal number is 7, 234, 258, 240, sorry, 24,760. Again 1 2 4 5 6 7 8. So first 7 is the decimal number, 8 bit location you know how to represent, and in 16 bit location these are the values. In 234 you can convert first 8 bit location, then you have to convert in the 16 bit location. So these are the answers of what? Divided by 2 you will get these answers. So again in 258 in 8 bit location I am written here overflow, and in 16 bit location you are getting the answer. So why I am writing this in 8 bit location 258 value of that 8 bit location I am writing here overflow, because in your unsigned integer, the in 8 bit location the range should be what? 0 to 255. So that's why above that range, so that's why you can write here overflow. Okay, so next 24,760, again I am writing here overflow. Okay, so because the range is what? Somewhat overflow, so that's why in 8 bit it is a overflow. Then you can write in 16 bit, you can write the get the answer, because your range is what? 0 to 255. You can observe here already I have written 2 points here, number of bits in 8 bit 0 to 255, in 16 bits 0 to 65,535. Okay, I hope you understood this one. Next one is the 12,45,768. In the both the bits of allocation 8 bit and 16 bit, I'm going to return what? Overflow, because your memory location of that range should be 16 and 8 bit should be what? 0 to 255, 0 to 65,535. Okay, so in both the cases it is a overflow, so that's why it's a overflow I am returning. So it is a very simple, you can understand very easily, but you have to remember only is what? That range 0 to 255 and 0 to 65 is something. Okay, so next we'll move on to the what? Second step, signed integer. Next we will discuss the signed integer. So this is the second classification. First one is the unsigned, second one is the signed integer. So again, this signed integer is divided into sign magnitude, 1's complement, 2's complement and BCD, that is the binary coded decimal. Okay, so first one, sign magnitude, 1's complement, 2's complement and binary coded decimal. So first we will discuss sign and magnitude. So in sign and magnitude, so first step is what, or first point is what? If you want to identify that sign and magnitude, left most significant bit represent. Left most significant bit represent the sign of integer and the remaining bits represent magnitude. So you have to follow the leftmost bit should be what? Represent the sign of integer and the remaining bits represent the magnitude. So let us consider one example. 7 is your decimal number and you have to convert in the form of what? Binary 0000111. So that is your 7 decimal into what? Binary you have to convert. So next step is what it says, leftmost significant bit represent the sign of integer. So leftmost is what? 0 is your leftmost. Okay, so 0 is what? Your leftmost. So first integer is the 0, so to indicate the leftmost sign. Okay, and remaining is what? Your magnitude. You can observe in the diagram, magnitude, sign, leftmost, and 7 is a decimal number. You can identify that one very easily. If 0 is the number is positive, if the 0 is there, that is the positive you have to consider. Okay, so sign should be positive. If it is a 1 is there in the leftmost bit, in 1 is there in the leftmost of the number is negative. In the 2a you have to divide. First in the leftmost digit 0 number is there, you have to make it that is considered as a positive, and in the leftmost digit one number is there, then you have to consider the negative sign. Okay, so consider one example again, 700000111. In the leftmost digit, first leftmost digit is the 0 sign, so that's why it is a positive. In the same way 100000111, so that is the, in the leftmost 1 is there, so that's why it is a negative. Okay, so this is a very important part for what? Sign and magnitude. So by using positive and negative, so 0 is at 1. So take one examples. First example is what? Store plus 7 in an 8-bit memory location using sign and magnitude representation. So just store plus 7. If it is only 7, what will happen? You have to consider that one as a unsigned integer. Okay, so only 7 is there, you have to consider as a unsigned integer. So before this 7, it is a plus or minus, you have to consider as a signed integer. So this is a very important step for what you have to identifying unsigned and signed integer. So in signed integer, you are having what? Before the number, you are having what? Signs. So that may be plus or negative. So only number is there, so that is the called as a unsigned integer. So that should be what? Positive. Okay, 0 and positive infinity. So here is the plus 7 is there, and you have to take the 8-bit memory location using sign and magnitude representation. So solution, you have to first change the number of decimal into what? Binary. So that is the 111. So second step is what? Add 4 zeros to make total number of n minus 1. So that is the 7 bits of, so n minus 1 I have to consider, not at a 8 bit here. Okay, so you have to add 4 zeros, so 0 0 0 0, then 1 1 1. Okay, so only you are having what here? 7 bit, but I need 8 bit memory locations. So it will indicate in store plus sign is there. So if it is a plus sign indication, what will happen? You have to add an extra zero. Add an extra zero because the number is positive. If the number is positive, what is the table? If the number is positive, you have to add 0. Already you know one example. Here 0, the number is positive. If it is a 1, the number is negative. So you have to make it on add extra 0 because of number is positive, because in example only plus 7 is there. So then the result is 0 0 0 0 0 1 1 1. So this is the final result to store in your memory location. So I hope you understand this concept or example. Second example, you can take it. Store minus 258 in 16-bit memory location using sign and magnitude representation. Minus is there. If it is a minus is there, what will happen? You can, first step is what? Change the number is into binary. So you know how to convert that one. Divided by 2. Okay, so by LCM method. Add 6 zeros. Add 6 zeros to make a total of n minus 1, 15 bits. I am not writing directly 16 bit. Okay, so only 15 bit. So then you have to write it zeros. Okay, so add 6 zeros, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then you have to write your result of that conversion of 258 into what? Binary. Okay, so next add extra 1. Add extra 1 because number is negative. Your number is negative, then you have to add extra 1. So in the leftmost digit you have to add 1. The result is 1. Then your final register is 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0. So whatever your result is there, final result is there, you have to store into your memory locations. Okay, so this is the identify by using representation of signed integer by using sign and magnitude representation. I hope you understood this concept. Okay, so only you have to remember is what? Sign of that number. If it is a positive, 0 is there. If it is a negative, 1 you have to add. Okay, if it is a positive, you have to add 0. If it is a negative, you have to add 1 in the leftmost digit. Okay, so this is the representation of sign and magnitude. So in the next class, we will discuss the ones complement and twos complement by using signed integer. Okay, so I hope you people will understand this concept by using these examples. So thank you for attending these sessions.